Good morning. Today, in recognition that we're all in the one boat, we've included two musical interpretations of Surah, renditions of the Maryam, the Song of Mary, sung in two different settings. We've been inspired to include this form of meditation and reflection in the light of the musical meditations which the Reverend Professor June Boyce-Tillman has invited us to enter into, participating in the exploration of music, and we've bookended this with Saturday reflection on Saturday and her second part of that reflection next Saturday. And she's invited us into exploring some of the traditions from both Abrahamic and non-Abrahamic faiths in search of our common identity as a humanity placed here on a fragile earth, looking for peace and looking for connection with the divine. The Quran has 114 surah, and each of these surah chapters is divided into verses very similar to the way that the Holy Bible is constructed. And within the Quran there is an instruction to recite the Quran in slow measured rhythmic tones. That's Surah 73:4. Additionally, since those who reverence the Quran as containing the best of words, reverence is shown to it by many to reciting it in the best of voices, and that has been interpreted as in the form of song. There is, however, substantial dispute about the way that the Quran should be recited, and singing, particularly in the Middle East, can cause difficulties. It's argued that to sing the Quran to a tune is forbidden. Some say that adding a tune to the Quran is comparable to song and therefore reduces the capacity of readers and listeners to understand the true meaning of the verses. However, this is an internal dispute in Islamic societies, and in this instance we are taking instances of the Quran actually rendered by a singer, both in the Tunisian film Bab'Aziz, and from an instance of a really powerful incorporation of a sung surah in the middle of a Christian Eucharist in Glasgow Cathedral in 2017. So without much more ado, here is a Tunisian film, Bab'Aziz, in which a surah is rendered. It's the story of a blind man and his granddaughter travelling through the desert in search of a great gathering of dervishes, which takes place only once every 30 years. And the evocation of this journey reminded me of the journey of Hagar into the desert, first of all running away from the abuse of Sarah that we looked at on Friday, and the second time being sent away by Abraham into the desert with a skin full of water. And on both occasions she would have died, and on the second occasion young Ishmael, her son, would have died without the provision of water. And here, with the surah drawn from the Surah of Maryam, is a song about the difficulty, the very real challenge of being thirsty and relying on God for provision of water, the water of life, to relieve thirst and to enable us to get to the end of the journeys which we've been set.
والله سميع عليم. قالت امرأة عمران رب إني نذرت لك ما في بطني إني نذرت لك ما في بطني محررا فتقبل مني إنك أنت السميع العليم. فلما وضعتها قالت رب إني وضعتها أنثى والله أعلم بما وضعت وليس الذكر كالأنثى وإني سميتها مريم وإني أعيذها بك وذريتها من الشيطان الرجيم. فتقبلها ربها بقبول حسن وأنبتها نباتا حسنا وكفلها زكريا كلما دخل عليها زكريا المحراب وجد عندها رزقا قال يا مريم أنى لك هذا قالت هو من عند الله إن الله يرزق من يشاء بغير حساب. صدق الله العظيم. الفاتحة.
Our second surah is one that was selected for singing at a mass, which was held in Glasgow Cathedral 3 years ago. The recitator is Medina Jarrett, who recalled that the setting of the Surah Maryam in the context of exchanging the peace between members of different faiths gathered in the cathedral evoked from her a heartfelt rendition of that surah. She says this came from my heart, and I hope it reaches yours. It was a beautiful occasion which lasted for over an hour, and the Quran recitation was only a small part of it. True friendship and love between two different religions in each other's understanding and respect of their own scriptures. Such a wonderful thing to happen, which brought us closer together. The shaking of hands, the spreading of peace amongst each other, was so beautiful and heart-touching. It connected us together. Shaking of hands and giving peace is something that we Muslims do together all the time. And it reminded me of the saying Maya Angelou has left us, that we are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. واذكر في الكتاب مريم إذ انتبذت من أهلها مكانا شرقيا فاتخذت من دونهم حجابا فأرسلنا إليها روحنا فتمثل لها بشرا سويا. قالت إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك إن كنت تقيا. قال إنما أنا رسول ربك لأهب لك غلاما زكيا. قالت أنى يكون لي غلام ولم يمسسني بشر ولم أك بغيا. قال كذلك قال ربك هو علي هين ولنجعله آية للناس ورحمة منا وكان أمرا مقضيا. فحملته فانتبذت به مكانا قصيا. فأجاءها المخاض إلى جذع النخلة قالت يا ليتني مت قبل هذا. قالت يا ليتني مت قبل هذا وكنت نسيا منسيا. فناداها من تحتها ألا تحزني. فناداها من تحتها ألا تحزني قد جعل ربك تحتك سريا. وهزي إليك بجذع النخلة تساقط عليك رطبا وجعلني مباركا أينما كنت وأوصاني بالصلاة والزكاة ما دمت حيا وبرا بوالدتي ولم يجعلني جبارا شقيا والسلام علي يوم ولدت ويوم أموت ويوم أبعث حيا ذلك عيسى ابن مريم قول الحق الذي فيه يمترون ما كان لله أن يتخذ من ولد سبحانه إذا قضى أمرا فإنما يقول له كن فيكون وإن